Good enough. All right.
And we're live.
And we're live. I suppose I should get on the mic, huh?
Yeah.
All right. This is gonna be ugly. it's our first time doing this.
This is good. We got a good setup though.
Yeah. Well, kinda.
So, I mean,
if only people could see how like real, truly ghetto this is. They're seeing half of it right now. Yeah.
I was gonna say you might want to turn off the audio.
Is that me?
Yeah, I think that's good.
Nope, that's not me.
Oh, is it me?
That's you, buddy. You got the monitoring on.
Hey.
All right.
Okay, let me get rid of that.
Truly ghetto.
It was me.
It was you. It was Dave.
It was me.
All
right, I think we're catching the recording. So.
All right, good. Sorry.
Yep.
Off to a slamming start. Anyway, okay. So I'm just, informing the folks that we are ready. So, we should start seeing the masses jump in the chat room literally any second now.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
So we're going to talk about eShop games. Yes? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. We're going to try to do this regularly, right? We're going to try to get together, maybe if we can, once a week. We already failed the first week, but
yeah. And next week I'm going to see Hamilton, so
I'm getting jobbed again for Hamilton now.
Sorry.
Good Lord. Okay, so if you can't catch this live, we're going to try to archive it on YouTube. I can't promise that I've never done any of this before, and we just literally thought of it today.
Yeah. No, I think we'll see.
So we spent. You and I spent the last half hour trying to whip this shit together.
Well, it was mostly you. I just kind of sat and monkeyed.
I
got the audio going. All right.
So we're gonna, if people aren't able to tune in live, I'm going to archive the video on YouTube if I can figure that out. I'm pretty sure I can. And then you've got the audio going, and then you'll give it to me. We'll cut it into a podcast. It's gonna be great. Oh man, it's gonna be awesome. And I'll cut out all that bullshit from like the first 3 minutes.
We hadn't talked about it, but are we releasing this as a super the hardest episode?
No, we'll keep this monkey mode.
My God. All right.
Yeah. So anyway, like I said, we thought of it this afternoon, whipped it together in a half hour, so this is going to be pretty, paper clips.
Oh, we got it.
And rubber bands and whatnot.
And Mo is overseas.
Mo is overseas.
He's in Italy.
He's in Italy, which is pretty sweet. We're not allowed to disclose.
He's just in Italy.
He's a spy. Let's just leave it at that.
He's stationed in Italy right now.
I just realized the backdrop shows like just a whole bunch of
that's awesome.
board games, but also like just a whole bunch of shitty kids books and my wife's absurd John Sanford collection. She hasn't read probably 80% of those.
What?
Well, the deal is
no night prey, no winter prey, no silent prey.
So what
prey?
happened there is that she read a couple John Sanford books, and my mom caught wind of it, and she's like, "Oh, you like John Sanford?" So it was like every birthday, Christmas, whatever, for the next 5 years, my mom would buy her a John Sanford book. But to her credit, trying to be thoughtful.
Yeah.
But Christine's just like, I can't read all these. Like, I don't like them that much.
What's with all the prey in the title? I'm just realizing that almost everyone.
Yeah, that's his
specific series.
His theme, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember like Danielle Steele in the 80s? Do you remember? She was like didn't she write like the smut books basically?
Yeah.
And they're all I don't know, A for anus and B for boobies. I don't know, but it's kind of like
nailed it. That's exactly what it was.
Right, exactly. My mom read them all. But anyway. So, enjoy looking at our weird book collection back there. Anyway.
Next time we'll move it over that way and people can see that farther down.
Yeah. The camera placement was a challenge this evening. yeah. So anyway, we're gonna talk about eShop stuff. Yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, the eShop, Nintendo. I think the Switch. If there's one thing that they are excelling at, it has got to be the indie games.
Oh yeah.
I would say almost too much. Like I can't keep up.
No, I can't either. There's so many. I've never had a list this long of games that I want to buy. I don't think.
Right. So they've got a pretty cool, you can add stuff to your wish list, right? So if like any good store does, you can, if you don't want to buy it right away, you can add it to your wish list.
I'm
pretty
not
sure
using the wish list yet. I should look into that.
You should, yeah. My wish list, I think, is about 40 games long at this point. It's kind of crazy. So not only do they have like,
and you buy a significant amount of games already.
I do. I try to be a little more disciplined these days because I don't have time, and I don't know. Just life catches up with you.
Oh yeah, and there's a lot of good games coming out, not just on the Switch either.
Right. Exactly. So I've got a pile of games, and not only do they have cool indie games, but they also have like they have arcade archives and the Neo Geo collection. And
what's the name of the guy that
Johnny Turbo?
Yeah, Johnny Turbo.
Johnny Turbo's, I don't know, arcade something or other.
I still need to buy Johnny Turbo's Bad Dudes.
I bought the very first one just to check it out, and while I thought forget it, Gate of Doom, I think it was called. I thought it performed.
Gate of Doom.
Yeah, I thought it looked okay. I'd never heard of it, but I thought it looked okay. It played well enough on the Switch, but the game's garbage. And it was $8, and I was like, I just paid $8 for something that you should just. It's one of those games that you would play on MAME for like 5 minutes and be like, okay, next.
Yeah, next game.
Yeah. But anyway. So we're gonna talk about, I think, mainly indies though. Switch.
Yeah,
indies.
Sushi Striker is the only one. Oh, spoiler alert! We're gonna talk about Sushi Striker.
Oh, we are. Oh, okay.
Oh, we don't have to.
No, we totally.
Did we talk about it on the regular podcast? I'm sure we did because it's been out for.
I think so. Yeah, but it's worth mentioning.
You forced me to buy it, so.
It is a high contender for Game of the Year. No, not in your book.
I think it's fun.
Yeah.
But it's hard for me not to see how it's not just like a complicated phone game.
Yeah. Okay, fair.
Like you can't play that game on your TV.
No, you probably. I mean, you can.
You could.
should.
I mean, you have the ability to,
Yeah,
but there's no way you should be using a controller for that game.
I have played it on my TV, and I was like, this is pretty tough. And then
you need to go fast too.
Yeah, and then I moved it over to handheld mode, and it was way better. Apparently, the 3DS version is the way to go. Like, that's business.
Oh, really?
Yeah, every review that I have read said get the 3DS.
I guess because you just use your stylus and you can. Yeah, I could see that.
They said it's a way better.
It's probably
experience.
cheaper too.
Yeah, but anyway, I still love it. I think there's a story mode that's super like intense. Like it's like a little
fun.
anime and everything, and it's super funny. And
they actually have like cutscenes that are longer.
Yep, and there's I forget what the story is, but it's something about like sushi's been outlawed or something, and all these freedom fighters are,
I've been soaking up that story, John.
Yeah, I know how you are about story. So anyway, I love Sushi Striker, and you can get it these days for under $30.
Yeah, I think I bought it for 30.
Yeah, if you're patient enough, you can get it for under $30. So, but let's go to the indies.
Yeah.
So I've got our set list there on the floor, just like we're in a band.
It feels so cool.
The first game I want to talk about is Minute, which is an awesome game. But there's one thing we should get out of the way immediately, and that is the game is $10, and it will last you under 2 hours to play through the entire.
I haven't even I haven't even seen anything about the game other than you telling me that it was good.
It's great.
Worth the $8.
So I got it like a pre-order sale. I think it was 15% off or something. So I paid like $8.50 or something. But it's really cool. So it's a completely black and white game, and it looks like Link's Awakening. For the Game Boy.
Yeah.
Right. It's got that kind of top-down Zelda vibe, but it really looks like Link's Awakening. You're on kind of this island thing, and the gimmick behind the game is it's called Minute. You have a minute to play before you die, and when you die, you get reset back to your last checkpoint.
Oh, okay.
So you've got 60 seconds to do what you're going to do.
Oh, to get to the next checkpoint?
Not necessarily. Just to make something happen or get a little further.
Okay.
And then so like you get to a spot, you push a block or whatever, or you unlock a door, or you find that key you've been looking for, and then you die. Right?
Okay.
And the other thing is it's got a cool feature that you'll start to use more as you get the hang of the game and you move along. Is you will or you can just kill yourself. Like you can just hit a button and you'll reset.
So once you get the key, you got 20 seconds left. You're like, well, I'm not gonna do anything else.
Exactly. So
okay.
it has in that regard, it respects the player's time, so you don't just have to wait out the clock every time, right? Very clever. Lots of puzzles. Lots of like, I wouldn't even call it humor. It's just it's a really quirky kind of personality, and there's a little underlying story, like the mystery of this island and or this area or whatever it is kind of unveils itself over the course of your 2 hours of playtime.
So do they say anything about the gimmick of dying every minute, or
no? It's
just
more about
that
like
just
what you're
added
doing.
in?
Yeah.
And it's made by Devolver, right?
It is published by Devolver. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you own any other Devolver game, you automatically get 15% off, which I think is an awesome program.
Yeah, I think that's sweet.
Yeah, because there are a lot of really great Devolver games.
We have a couple more on our list, I think.
We do. So if you can get past the hang up of paying $10 for a game that a playthrough is going to last you under 2 hours, I totally recommend it. It's one of my favorite games I've played all year. There are incentives for going back and playing again. There are more secrets you can find, more items you can find. You can try to speed run this biatch, if that's your thing, But I have no regrets paying. I mean, I paid $8.50. I would have totally paid the full on $10.
I hem and haw so much over games that are like $8.
Yeah.
But then I'll go downtown and eat lunch.
Yeah.
Tomorrow
spend
it'll
$20.
be $11, and I'll be like, oh, okay, whatever. It's lunch.
Yeah.
Like,
this game it's a genius. Like I would, if they make a sequel or another game in this style, I would pick it up. No questions asked. I love little games like this, like ones that I can whip through in a very short amount of time, but have a really good experience.
Yeah, it's a fun experience. It's
I
mean,
mean,
a short
I've
book
paid,
that you like or something.
Yeah, I've paid more money for games I've enjoyed less. So.
Yeah, no kidding.
Minute, M-I-N-I-T, really awesome game. Dave, you are up with the game. This is one game that everybody's just raving about, Hollow Knight.
Yeah, Hollow Knight. So I had a friend tell me to buy it, and it was on sale. I just saw it on sale in the eShop for $9.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was like $9.90, which I think is ridiculous for how much game you get.
Yeah, the regular price is $15.
Yeah, I just came off of Dark Souls 3, and I had beaten that, but I spent like 50+ hours on it.
Right.
So I was like, oh, I want to get a shorter game, something that I can kind of whip through. And my friend was like, oh, you got to get into Hollow Knight. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I had no idea that he spent 50 hours playing Hollow Knight. So it took me. I beat it, but it took me like 40 hours, and I didn't get everything that I needed to get, or everything that I could have done. It's a fun game. It's hard. It's kind of Dark Souls-ish.
Right. So, and I guess that's what kind of kept me away from it. So I haven't played it.
Yeah.
And I enjoy Dark Souls. I enjoy Dark Souls when like you and I play it together.
Yeah.
Or one night like Klaus came over and we played Bloodborne together.
Yeah,
and that was
awesome.
probably the most
Yeah,
fun I've ever had playing Bloodborne. You know, it's when I'm just sitting there pounding my head up against the wall, that's not as fun for me.
Something clicks with me. Like, I am going to beat this boss.
Yeah, yeah.
But then, at the same time, I spent 2 weeks on the same boss. Probably trying 20 times a night.
Yeah.
And then I found out that I could summon other people to help me beat the boss, and it would have been way easier, but...
Yeah.
Oh, well. Funky T pointed that out to me.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anyway, so somebody, I was watching a live stream last night that a friend of mine does. It's a show called Game Huggers. And one of the guys on the show made this point. He goes to Japan quite a bit. And he was talking about how, in his experience, like Japanese folks, they don't play games to necessarily beat them. Like, they play them to just get through them, right?
Yeah.
And to, you know, and as a result, as where Americans are like, okay, I got this backlog, I need to pound through it, and as a result, Americans probably don't experience, you know, just this is a generalization, obviously, but he's just saying that, you know, it seems like Americans don't focus on experiencing the world as much as maybe, you know, Japanese folks do, because they don't focus on beating it, you know, finishing the game. They're just like, once they feel like they've experienced enough of the game, they're like, okay, and then they put it on the shelf and they go on. So that's how I kind of used to be. Like, I would get to a certain point and I'd be like, okay, I've done it. What's next?
Yeah.
But now I'm like, since my time's so limited, I just pound through the games as quickly as I can.
Yeah.
I put it on easy. I bust through it, shelve it, next game, right? So like, Yakuza. I love those games, but I get to a point in those games where I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, you're ready to be done.
I can't just go to the arcade and play Hang On anymore. I gotta get through this damn game. So anyway, I had a point here, and now I'm forgetting what it is. Oh, so it's like, for me, like games like Dark Souls and Hollow Knight, which is what we're supposed to be talking about, I guess. I know I'm not going to get through them. I'm like, I just don't have the patience to sit here and I've got shit waiting in my backlog. Like,
yeah.
You know, so that's kind of why I skipped Hollow Knight.
I mean, experience-wise, the level design is awesome. The character design is pretty awesome. I love the animations for the villains or the bad guys, whatever.
This is kind of like a Metroidvania, yes?
Oh yeah, definitely. There's a lot of backtracking. That was the one thing that was annoying to me, is there wasn't enough fast travel spots.
Oh yeah.
I would spend like 15 minutes just getting to a fast travel spot, knowing that I had to go check somewhere.
Yeah. I
would go there, hit a dead end, and be like, oh crap, I still need to get this thing that's over who knows where, and I'd fast travel back, and it was like a lot of back and forth.
Right.
That was my one complaint. It needed about twice as many fast travel spots. But people seem to like that. So.
MC's in the chat room. He says, play shorter games. Hollow Knight is long.
I know.
So welcome to the chat room. We got like 8 people in here.
Nice.
So Pickle Friction, hey.
That's crazy.
Now
I forgot that we were live.
Gelwood. How do you pronounce it? In the chat room, tell me how you pronounce your name. Bghel Wood. Gelwood.
Gelwood.
Yeah, he says, try Darkest Dungeon if you enjoy beating your head against the wall. Which
Nice.
I don't.
Right.
So I've heard good things about that game.
I'll try it.
I've heard good things about Darkest Dungeon. So anyway, Hollow Knight, you finished it though.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, and it took you...
it was about 40 hours.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, that's significant for a $15 game.
Yeah, I know. And so when it's on sale for $9, it's like, even if you play 10 hours, I think it's worth it.
It's $1 an hour. Woo!
Yeah.
So what's up next? I can't read my writing. Oh, sorry, I should say that on my...
This is you.
Bomb Chicken.
Yeah.
This is a game that I had high hopes for.
So what's the premise? Is like Bomberman?
No.
Okay.
It's a side scroller kind of puzzle platformer. So that means it's not just strictly running and jumping and bashing. It's like you get into an area and you have to kind of try to figure your way out of the area, right?
Yeah.
It looks amazing. Like, it is a really cool styled game. I love the cartoony style. Hellwood is fine. Okay, we're gonna call. Oh, that's Wedge. Wedge, I remember you. You were around quite a bit. Anyway, Hellwood.
Oh, it's really
Wedge.
Hellwood.
Yeah, Hellwood. Yeah, but he was Wedge. When he used to, I think he used to write letters and stuff. Anyway,
Nice.
that's neither here nor there. We were talking about bomb chickens. So anyway, I love the style of it. I love how cartoony and goofy it is, and something about big fat chickens laying bombs is funny to me, right?
Yeah.
Like the aesthetic of the game is really cool, and it's really fun. You know, it's a funny game, and I think it. So the theme is kind of like what was that movie, Chicken Run? You know, where chickens
yeah.
are trying to escape from whatever.
I love that movie.
So this is like a chicken's like breaking out of a chicken plant, you know, where
Okay.
they basically just raise chickens and whatever. And remember Oddworld, Abe's?
I never got into those games. I mean, I know what you're talking about.
So it's got kind of that vibe where you're going through like a warehouse or a factory kind of thing. This is, I would assume, a chicken factory, right?
Making it sound good.
Like a death factory.
What,
No, okay.
Like
So,
what made you not like it?
So it's kind of like that. It looks great. It plays really well. The controls awesome. It's just after a while, I was like, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's this again, right?
And there's no real draw to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you the chicken lays bombs, and that's pretty much his only function, right? He moves back and forth, and then lays bombs, and that's how he goes up. Like he stacks bombs really. So as he stacks them, he goes higher and higher, and that's how you get to the higher platforms.
Oh, okay.
And then it explodes, and anything in its path blows up, including you if you get in the way of the bomb. MC thought we were still talking about Hollow Knight. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah, you never found the chicken MC?
Yeah. So anyway, and that's all great, and it works really well for a while until you're just, like I said, you get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I'm done.
How much was it?
So I think it started at 50. This was the funny thing. The game came out in July. By August, it was on sale for like, I think I got it for $8.
Oh, okay.
So I jumped on it because at $15, I was like, it looks great. I don't have time to play it right now, so I'll wait. And I put it on my wish list, and then it went on sale for like $8. And I'm like, bam, I'll take that. And it was just, I mean, it's not a bad game. It's a fun game. It's just, I hope you really like the hook of the gameplay, because that's all there is, really. Anyway, I played it for, 4 hours before I was just like, okay.
Yeah,
good enough for me.
That's a fair amount.
All right. Oh, so this one is one that I bought, and I was super psyched to play, but I got caught up doing other shit, so I didn't start it. Iconoclasts.
Oh yeah, I am playing through that right now.
I've heard mixed reviews.
I'm having fun. I like it. I am not paying attention to the story.
I've heard the story is almost complete gibberish.
Oh, okay. Well,
like,
I don't feel
hard
bad.
to follow, and just up its own ass.
There's a lot of story.
Yeah.
I'm glad they let you skip the talk. Like, there's a button to even skip just talking to characters. There's been a few things that I think I've had to look up because I think a character told me what I needed to do, and I just wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, you're bad with story.
Oh yeah,
I really want you to play the Yakuza games, but I feel like you're just gonna skip.
No, I would be gone.
You're gonna skip the beauty of it all.
I don't know. You forced me to. Well, you didn't force me. You encouraged me to play Uncharted 4, I think.
Yeah.
And not skip any cutscenes.
Yeah.
And now if I know a game is not going to be that long, like God of War, I'm watching all the cutscenes and I'm
enjoying it.
Yeah, I don't think I have a choice if I watch the cutscenes in God of War or not.
Right.
But I don't mind them at all,
Yeah.
and I think the story is interesting. And there's been a couple moments where I was actually
A little intrigued.
a little bit drawn in. Like God of War, you're going around with your son.
Yeah.
There's one point he gets lost in the fog and you can like hear him shouting for you, but you don't know where he is.
Yeah.
And that kind of stressed me out a little bit because
Yeah.
I've been like following the story.
Right.
Where normally I'd be like, yeah, whatever, stupid kid.
Stupid bastard.
So, yeah, the gameplay's really fun. I like that you have a
we're back
wrench.
to Iconoclast.
Yeah, Iconoclast. Sorry.
Yeah.
It reminds me a little bit of. There was a 3DS game, Locke's Quest, I think.
Yes.
Where the guy has a wrench and you build things.
Yep, I remember that.
For some, I mean, I know the gameplay is really different, but it kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's attempting to be a Metroidvania, and I don't think it is. I think it's more a puzzle platformer.
Iconoclast?
Yeah, there's not a lot of backtracking.
Okay. Puzzle platformer. So I was hoping this is just like a side-scrolling like action game. No.
Oh, no.
No.
There's puzzles involved that you got to figure out.
Okay.
You get new weapons, and then so it's a little bit Metroidvania in a way where you get a new weapon and you got to figure out how to get out of a room.
Yeah. Okay. It's $20. Worth it? It's a beautiful game.
I'd wait for it to go a little bit on sale. I think I bought it on sale.
Okay.
15.
15.
Strike when it's 15.
That's Dave's judgment.
That $5.
Buy that cup of coffee.
Skip the extra falafel in your pita.
All right, so here's another one that I have yet to play. I haven't purchased. There is. I feel like I love the fact that there are indie games that indie games are such a big thing. But I feel like every indie game that gets released, I either hear the words Metroidvania, roguelike, randomly generated, 8 or 16-bit graphics.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, give me something new.
Yeah.
So even though I've heard great things about Dead Cells, which is what we're going to talk about,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure I heard all of those things, and I was like, nope.
Yeah. The reviews were really good.
Everybody loves this game.
I think for me, if it's a roguelike game where you have the possibility of actually having an ending,
yeah,
and it's not just see how far you can get,
mm-hmm.
I like that better.
Yeah.
But it's super hard because we also have on the list Enter the Gungeon,
mm-hmm.
and that got me really into like a roguelike game where there is an end in sight, but
mm-hmm.
there's no way I'm going to beat that game. But I played a lot of time trying.
Yeah.
And I'm having fun playing it. So we'll see. I got Dead Cells last night. I played for maybe 20 minutes, so I didn't get very far at all.
All right, not enough to form an opinion.
Yeah, not enough. The jumping was a little bit weird. That's my only opinion so far. I paid full price. It was $25.
Wow.
I'm a rebel.
Look at you. You're pretty thrifty with your cash as well. So
I know.
Pretty
I've had my eye on Dead Cells for a while.
All right. Okay. Cosmic Star Heroine. This game I love. I've been waiting to play this for a long time. I might even own it on Steam actually. But when it came out on Switch, I was like, bam, I'm buying it. It's $15. It's an RPG, 16-bit style, but in the traditional RPG kind of vein, right? So, like think Chrono Trigger.
Mm-hmm. Well, Chrono Trigger was like action RPG, wasn't it?
No, it was straight up turn-based.
What?
Yeah.
What am I thinking of?
Secret of Mana?
Yeah, I guess.
All right.
That was action. That was action RPG, right?
I think. Yeah. It's been
all right.
Years since I've played it. Anyway, we're derp. That's what we are. Anyway, so Cosmic Star Heroine is by all accounts, a short RPG. So it's like about 12 hours long. I'm about halfway through it, so I'm 6 hours in. It's a sci-fi kind of Blade Runner-ish vibe, right? Starring this she's like a cop, basically, like a future cop, named Alyssa, I believe is her name, and stuff goes down, Dave. There's a rebellion group like who's.
You already know I'm not going to pay attention to the story, so you can tell me about it.
Yeah, there's like a rebellion, you know, like there's this whole group that they're fighting the man, and they seem like terrorists, but shocker, they might be the good guys.
So when you're playing these games, a game like this, and you're going through the story, Do you have these moments where you're like, holy crap, I had no idea that was going to happen?
Not in this game.
But has there been games like
Sure, yeah,
like RPGs like that?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest though, these games aren't really known for their impeccable writing, but
yeah.
But this game though, Cosmic Star Hero, is actually has really good writing, and it's clever, it's funny. It doesn't take itself too seriously, but at the same time, there's a slight bit of gravity, I suppose. It's not over the top. But what's really cool about it, the battle system's awesome. Like just how it works.
Super smooth.
Yeah, well, it's all turn-based, but you've got a series of attacks that you can pull in and out of your arsenal, so you can kind of customize the attacks that you go into battle with.
Mm-hmm.
And many of those you can only use once per battle, right? So you kind of have to plan accordingly, and then you can recharge those, but it's like a defense turn. So you basically sit there and waste a turn if you want to recharge your attacks.
Oh, sure.
Then there's also like this power-up system, so you kind of want to save certain attacks for when your character is powered up, so you can do like massive damage, right? So it's really cool, really fun, and the battles are not random, so you can actually see the enemies on the screen, so you can choose if you want to kind of go around them.
Oh, I kind of like that.
I love that. As much as I love like old school Dragon Quest games and whatnot, random battles, the worst. But anyway.
You don't want to fight a slime for the 1000th time.
Yeah. Cosmic Star Hero, if you are a fan of old school RPGs but you don't have the time to play them, this is the game for you. And it's really cool. A lot of cool ideas. A lot of cool it looks great. It looks like what really drew me to it is the creators said that they were trying to create a game that looks like an old school TurboGrafx CD or Sega CD game.
Which is right up your alley.
That's me. So it's by a company called Z-Boyd Games. They made a couple other games, but I'm forgetting.
Yeah, the name sounds familiar.
Yeah, I think it's like 2 guys, and it's a very small team, but they've made a couple really cool games.
I was looking at the set list.
Overcooked 2. This one's a $25 joint.
Oof, really? $25?
Yep.
I mean, I played a lot of Overcooked 1,
Mm-hmm.
and I would say that's worth $25. So
this game is better than Overcooked 1.
How is it better?
It's got
what do they change?
It's got like this. Remember the overworld for the original game in the story mode?
Yeah, it looked like a giant board game with like a food truck on it.
Yeah, this one's way cooler. It's more involved. Okay. It's got like hidden areas.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
The game also, the difficulty doesn't ramp up as quickly in the story mode. Like for me, I felt like once we got to like the 5th or 6th, stage, it became just brutal.
Yeah.
Especially if you're just playing casually with like my family or something.
Yeah.
And we'd be like, well, I guess we're going back to level 2 because we can't get past level 5.
I had a couple of friends over. We played the first one. Yeah. We had all 4 of us playing, and like we were yelling at each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wash the plates!
Yeah.
Which I love. I love that you're sitting on a couch yelling at each other.
Yeah.
Playing a game like that.
This one is way more balanced as far as difficulty goes.
Okay.
There's more stuff to unlock. There are more characters. There are more levels. There are bonus levels where you can earn extra stars to unlock other levels and stuff.
And I will definitely get it on the Switch because I had it on the PS4 and it's such a Switch game.
Yep, it totally is. Still, like the original Overcooked, if you're going to play it by yourself, don't bother.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it. Like, it's no fun.
No, it's not. It is a multiplayer game.
And honestly, like, play with more than 2 players, too.
Yeah. Can you play online for this?
You can play online.
Okay.
So you can play a combination of couch and online. So you can have 2 people on your couch playing with like, 2 people online.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've really done a good job with this.
It'd be hard not to do voice chat if you were playing online with somebody else because you kind of have to take.
Right.
You have to call out what you're doing and stuff.
Yeah, which is, I don't know. We'll find out what the Switch's online service is like, but I don't have a lot of.
When does that launch?
In a couple of weeks, apparently. I don't know.
That's a subscription service I'm gonna have to pay for.
$20 a year.
Yeah, it'll be worth it.
And you get all those, supposedly get all those free-ish. I guess they're not free. You're paying for the subscription, but
Yeah.
you get all those NES games. With
Did you see they added online capabilities for all those games?
Yeah.
Or they will anytime they release one. That's pretty sweet.
That is pretty cool. Enter the Gungeon. So I have this one, but my kid bought it. It's more his game. I haven't even touched it.
Oh, I really like it.
Yeah?
It's fun. Yeah. I mean, it is a roguelite. Randomly generated.
This is another Devolver game, yes?
Yeah. The thing about the randomly generated is that each room was created by the people who made the game. They just randomly generate when you get in a room.
Mm-hmm.
So the first level has maybe 100 rooms to choose from, but you're only going to hit like 20 of them every time you play through the level.
Yeah.
So you never know what room you're going to get in.
It's a top-down kind of shoot 'em up, right? So
yeah, it like
is
Smash
it
TV, Bullet
is it
Hell.
a twin stick kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, it's fun.
Hard,
it's
though.
so hard.
Yeah.
I have played for, I don't know, I just looked at my Switch, 35 hours or more.
Holy crap, Dave.
And I have not finished level 2.
What?
So, no, I finished level 2 with 2 or 3 times.
Nevertheless.
Yeah.
How long are the levels?
The first one I can get through in like 15 minutes, maybe.
Well, 35 hours. See, this is
So it's
where
hard.
I can't, okay.
The Switch, I spend so much more time playing games now because
Yeah.
I'll just play it handheld when we're watching whatever. Like, I rewatched Parks and Rec recently.
Right.
I don't need to pay real attention to that show. It's just kind of on.
Yeah.
So I played Switch.
Wow. Okay. All right, man. I trust you.
It's definitely worth whatever I paid for it. I don't know how much it is.
Oh, yeah. Let me look it up quick. I think it's only like 10, 15 bucks. But really, so how many levels are there?
I think there's like 5.
Okay. All right.
So
It's 15 bucks.
yeah, so the way it works is
There's like a jump or roll ability too, right?
yeah,
Something
so
like that.
if you're getting hammered with bullets, you can roll through them,
Mm-hmm.
or you get a couple of clear the screen. You get like 2 clear the screen things.
Right, right. Like a bomb attack. or
Yeah.
something,
And the way it works is that you can eventually unlock an elevator that'll take you straight to whatever level you're on.
Yeah.
But the only way you can unlock that elevator is if you beat the boss of your last level without getting hit.
Oh,
So like
well,
the level 1 boss I
Yeah.
beat without getting hit, and then I got a special pass that I can go straight to level 2.
Okay.
I have not done that from 2 to 3 yet, and I have tried many, many times.
That's nuts.
Because the bosses are randomly generated too, so there's like each level has 3 or 4 bosses that you could hit.
Mhm.
So some are easier than others.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun. I got sucked in, but that's
Yeah.
kind of what I was saying is like all of a sudden I like those games now.
Yeah.
Where I start back at the beginning, I never thought I would at all.
I haven't acquired a taste for them.
I like the idea that there's an end, but even if I never even see it, like Enter the Gungeon, I've definitely hit the point where I'm like, I feel good where I'm. I feel good where I'm at. I'm not gonna like kill myself trying to get to the end.
Right.
And I'll pick it up once in a while, try a level, realize that I'm rusty because I haven't played in a week, but yeah.
So recommended then if you like
Yeah.
bashing your head on the wall.
Yep.
Okay, so the next one, admittedly,
I gotta text somebody.
I've only played the demo. This is Yoku's Island Express. Have you tried this demo?
Oh, I started the demo, but
It's cool.
I didn't get very far in it.
It's cool.
I got distracted.
The demo is maybe 15 minutes long, and so it's on. As a result of the demo, the game's on my wish list. It's awesome, or it seems awesome. It seems super fun. It is, again, a Metroidvania-ish kind of game, but it's also a pinball game.
Yeah, it's all pinball.
Yeah, so you're this little, like, what are you, a cricket or a grasshopper or something?
Yeah.
And you're rolling around a ball, and
Like a dung beetle almost.
yeah, and you hit the flippers every now and then, and that's how you control the levels and whatnot. There's a camera right there, by the way.
We're live.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a camera. Sorry, guys.
No, you're not on the camera yet, so
Yeah, not yet.
Stinks like
it stinks in here.
it does. It smells like foot in here, guys.
Oh,
All right.
Sorry, guys.
It's probably just me.
I'm
Sorry.
still not on camera. Continue.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
You get a special appearance. You've been on the podcast before.
Yep. Just not video though.
Mm.
I'm okay with
Want
that.
to show your butt?
No.
Mm.
No. Thanks though. No.
In the chat room. You want to see your butt?
There's no one in the chat room.
Sure there is.
Do we have a chat room going? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
There's people watching.
It's right there.
See?
Wow.
I don't know how many watchers we have. We're only down to 5.
Down to 5.
We lost a couple along the way.
That's okay. It was all that, I don't know, all that overcooked talk maybe.
You're boring the people.
Yeah, because we're waiting for you to leave.
Oh. I'm gonna say something really important then. There's a bag of carrots at the door for
Holy
you.
shit.
Okay?
All right.
Don't leave without them.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Thank Christ we can edit this out.
You can't. You're live. People have experienced it.
Thanks for the carrots.
Bro.
Good cut point, right? There. Anyway, so where the fuck? Yoku's Island Express.
Yeah. You're like a dung beetle.
Yeah, and you're rolling around. You got like different areas you can get to. There's flippers and shit. MC's hyped for carrots.
I'll let you know.
All right. So I'm totally lost, but you unlock different areas and different abilities as you go. This game it's got the same graphical style as like a Rayman Legends.
Yeah.
Something like that. It's definitely on my list. I got other shit to do. Speaking of other shit to do, I bought this game because I'm super hyped for it, but I need to get through Cosmic Star Heroine first. The Messenger.
Oh yeah, I want to hear about it.
I haven't played it.
Oh.
I just want to throw it out there as another example of how much shit is coming out on the eShop weekly.
And this one switches from 8-bit to 16-bit at some point, right?
Yeah. And so it's in the style of Ninja Gaiden, and eventually I guess it morphs into like this Metroidvania because it's an indie game and it has to by law. The only thing it's not is a roguelike or randomly generated. So
the first half you play through like Ninja Gaiden.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's like a time travel element where you time travel from like 8-bit to 16-bit era, right? Which I think is cool, but the game looks amazing, and all the videos look like it plays awesomely. So I'm super excited for it. I just have to get through Cosmic Star Heroine first. So that's that.
I know there's a long list.
Mm-hmm.
That's not even touching my backlog that I have on PS4.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there are other games that have come out earlier this year, like Celeste.
I did play through that. That was great.
Yeah, like the Bloodstained 8-bit.
I started, but I didn't finish it.
I didn't either, but I think it's great.
Yeah, it's fun.
I like it a lot.
It was
played
very
it on
Castlevania.
I haven't played it in handheld mode, but I played it on the big ass TV. Oh man, it looks good on that.
I wanted to bring God of War over here, because I have PS4 Pro.
Yeah. So anyway, like I said at the top, the Switch is kicking ass on the indie games. There are weeks when I think it's kicking too much ass because I can't keep up.
Well, I read an article about indie games and how well they sell on the Switch.
Yeah,
like
it's nuts.
I think Hollow Knight sold double on the Switch than all the other systems combined. And no, that was a different game, I think. But because they've been out for a while on other systems. But
yeah,
I think they
but
pushed
nevertheless,
over
I mean, you still hear those stories all the time.
Yeah,
you know that this game's been on Steam for 2 years. We put it on Switch a month ago, and it's already outsold Steam.
Yeah,
you know, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's just such a great option to have it on the go.
I want Guacamelee 2 to be on Switch so bad.
Yeah.
I don't think it will.
Who knows? Why not?
Yeah.
I hope it not.
I hope it does.
Why the hell not?
I'm kind of holding out because I loved the first one.
Yeah. There's another one. It's I'm just didn't even.
You're frazzled now.
It's not Valhalla. It's maybe it is Valhalla. I forget. It's like it's a sci-fi adventure game, like a story kind of thing. Christ, I'm forgetting it. Let's just move on because I'm not gonna remember. I guarantee. Is it Cyber something?
Valkyrie?
No. Anyway, let's move on.
All right.
That's it. That's our first. That's our first like live video stream that we just kind of like it's almost held together with Scotch tape and.
It's close. We got these TV trays.
Sweet ass Target TV trays from like 20 years ago. I had these before I even lived in this house.
And I know we're actually recording, so that's good.
Yeah, and the camera's like leaning up against a board game box.
And the camera is also just your phone.
It's just my phone. Yeah, I tried setting up a real camera before we got started, but there's like encoding and all this other gibberish.
Oh,
I
I'd be lost.
know, man.
I'd be gone.
I don't have the skills to pay the bills. So anyway, thanks for joining us. If you couldn't join us, you're probably listening to this in the playback. So, maybe next time.
That's it.
That's it. All right.
I'm gonna shut her down.
Good night.